Questions for you.
Sure.
And okay, I'll start. Your book Invasion is one of the most popular work on the current topic of the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me which topics or informations you follow in the book that aren't covered on the media or by politicians?
Well, my ambition with the book was to tell the kind of big story. So the politics, the international relations, how the world has changed over the last year, but also the human stories of people who've been caught up in this war in places like Bucha, in Mariupol, and I've basically been in Ukraine for more or less over a year. I was there before the invasion in Kiev when the war started, and I've just come back yesterday from Ukraine, from the front line.
Okay, thank you very much. And how do you reflect the conflict after 3 months since the book was released? Has something significantly changed on the conflict?
I mean, I think what's clear, I was in Kiev for the anniversary of the war, is that the Russian project to take over Ukraine, to install a puppet administration, and to really exterminate Ukraine as a country and as an idea has failed. We've seen an amazing Ukrainian fight back. The Ukrainians have won back almost half of the territory that Russia initially seized. And the war is at a kind of precarious phase where neither side has the initiative. And we have to wait and see whether the Ukrainians can counterattack in the next few months, probably in April or May.
Okay, thank you for it. And so I'll ask you one question. I will come back. So we'll continue to covering these major events that you saw, so the battle for Bakhmut, or something else, or are we will cover any other topics that we don't cover in a book, like the predicting how the war will end or the economic situation of Ukraine?
Well, what I can tell you, having just come from the front line, is the war is not going to end anytime soon.
Okay.
For Ukraine, it's a question of survival. If they lose the war, then Ukraine falls. So people, you talk to soldiers on the front line, they tell you they're fighting for their families, for their country, for democracy, for their way of life. On our Russian side, the war is not going very well for Vladimir Putin, and he needs to be able to sell a victory, in inverted commas, to his domestic population. So Russians will also keep going. So I think at the moment, I can see a very long war.
Okay, and we will cover it in another book. Are you planning something or any other project that you will cover this topic or something like it?
Well, I mean, I've been pretty busy. I mean,
I know. I'm just asking because.
No. I mean, I'm very pleased the book has come out in Czech language today. I'm very thrilled. There'll be a Ukrainian edition, Finnish edition, Spanish edition just came out, so various international editions. And I'll update the book as well with a new edition in US, UK in the summer. And also I'm doing video, we make films for the Guardian website, and I write articles as well. But basically my idea is to keep writing about this war. I've been visiting Ukraine for 15 years. I was in Russia for 4 years for the Guardian. And so I think I'll report on the war as long as the war is there. I'm just hoping that I'm not a very old man on the Zimmer frame. The war is still going on.
That was what I want to hear. So I have a last question.
Yeah.
How hard was it, or how hard is it to write about these events that in Ukraine where the things are going too fast, things are changed any day? So is it hard for you?
No, I actually found it quite easy. I mean, partly writing the book was therapy. I would spend 4 months in pretty difficult circumstances, hearing some very sad and terrible stories. And then when I came out to London, I would take 1 day off, and then the next day I would write and start kind of shaping this. So in a way, the book was partly therapy. I mean, not in, but just a way of sort of telling a story. And I just think what I would say is it's very important that as the war goes on, that we don't lose our capacity to sympathize with the Ukrainians and to empathize with them, because this is the biggest war in Europe since 1945. It's practically on your doorstep. 400,000 refugees, Ukrainian refugees in Czech Republic. It's important that people in my country and your country, that we continue to pay attention and we don't change the tone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.